Now, the views and opinions expressed during RealBlackTalk.com do not necessarily reflect those of the staff and management of CCTV, the Cambridge, the community, the television.
Are you ready? Take a deep breath. Edgar Snowden is here, twin brother to Eddie. Eddie, my more well-known brother. Unfortunately, hanging out with Putin, because he can't hang out over here, because he'd get the same treatment that Chelsea Manning got, and Jeffrey Sterling, and all them other whistleblowers who got prosecuted. I'm taking a deep breath. I'm inviting you, my perfect audience, to do that with me. Because truth be told, Extinction 2112 is in the cards. It's 99% certain, business as usual, coke cunts. Capitalism will take us to extinction 2112. With 2020 hypo hindsight, you could have seen it coming, us 36, and I hope you're one of them. I hope you're my perfect audience. Because if you ain't, well, you could be, if you take a deep breath. Don't be afraid. Don't be afraid to join in. This is participatory practice of intention and intuition. If you're really serious, you could be enlightened. Like us 36. And it's enough that Inca, that Epinka, that Kensho, the feng shui of the kundalini of your auras and chakras. You never know until you get there how you're going to react. Because things happen. You never know. So you got to take a deep breath right here, right now, this. Here, now, here. It's enough. It's enough that you practice intention and intuition. You improvise and inspire. You're 36. Here we are in Lindaland, Mariba-fied. Modified. That's the leitmotif of the quilted multiverse. We're all bosons in this Higgs hegemon, holo field, hologram. It's a synesthetic slam dunk. If you're listening, you might hear breathtaking truth right here, right now, on this, the Edgar Snowden Truth Hour. We, us 36, we're born again. We're born again epivangelists of Epinka. And you don't need to know what that is. Dayenu, Kinahare, from Machas, you make bupkas, or vice versa. It's a slapstick, laughing stock, kind of boomerang, business as usual, extinction 2112, towards which we eukaryotic semi-sapient sentients are headed. Here at Hamlin, welcome. Us 36, we're war correspondents because we're in a climate war. Keystone XL was rejected. Hallelujah. Thank you, Bill McKibben and 350.org and the Cree Nation for avoiding that carbon bomb. Like an SST, like Y2K, like some urban legend. Like the 9/11 conspiracy about how World Trade Tower 7 is just fell down like a miracle, like a controlled demolition. But I ain't gonna get into no coke conspiracies, 'cause that wouldn't do. The 1% wouldn't like it. And when the 1% don't like something, it becomes a Trumptastic conspiracy theory with Drumpfish, Humpty Dumpty hegemon, poised on the wall, balanced, deeply data-driven dashboard scorecards, balanced scorecards. You eat what you kill, that's all I can tell you. It is what it is. You get what you get and you don't get upset. 'Cause it's not like that in Pokemon. Charizard, Snorlax, Ancient Mew. You know the cast of characters. Pikachu and the Pink Panther. Pink is the new black. In the transgendered world we're approaching. And it's a threat to marriage. Who do transgendered people married in the Grumpfish democracy that we're about to live in? All Snowdenized up. All GPSed except for Dick Cheney's house. You can't find Dick Cheney's house on the GPS. In our Herbal administration, Herbie for president, we gonna put Dick Cheney's house on GPS. Why not? Why shouldn't Dick Cheney's house be on GPS? It comes around what goes around. You circle around the stupa and the unintended consequences of the war on alcohol. We're living it out. First, there was a war on alcohol, prohibition, the 18th Amendment, 1919, enacted 1920. It built the infrastructure for the war on drugs and for mass incarceration and for the new Jim Crow. Oh, Crow. Hitting the wow. Bo Berman. It's a Madoff man. Us Zionists, Torah HaMelech, template in triplicate, tantamount to tertiary damage, opt-armed, liberated in the friendly fire. It's Pat Tillman and Ray Rice and Greg Hardy. 11-point-something million Greg Hardy's making for Dallas and Jerry Jones. Did they win? I don't know yet. Maybe they did. I think they did. First quarter looked like they was going to, but you never know. Things change around, except for the Patriots. And Sebastian Vollmer, who got a head injury that'll stick with him the rest of his life. Maybe a little CTE for Sebastian. And Dion Lewis, ACL injury. And Kirk Cousins and the bobbling Redskins, Dan Snyder's Redskins and his PC. Ain't gonna tell me what to name my team. Just like Donald Stern and the Clippers. And them people, them Trump-tastic people who walk away and let us pay. Like Pimp Plymouth, Pimpish Pilgrim. It's a pimp roll at Plymouth Pilgrim for Entergy. 60 years they got to decommission that place. And in 60 years, Entergy will be long gone. And who's going to be left holding the bag? Us ITC3BMs, that's innocent taxpayer, citizen, client, consumer, bystander motorists. We're the ones who are going to pay. Tax and spend. Deregulate and let energy privatize the profits. And we taxpayers, we business as usual, eukaryotic, semi-sapient, 99% sentience, we're going to pay the price. You pay your dues, you practice intention and intuition, and it besmirches you to be part of the silent majority who ain't complaining about the epistructure within which business as usual capitalism happens. You can't make this Shite up. Shite up. You never know. You never know. Maybe there's gonna be a flip, a 100th monkey, a reverse of the curse, of the Botox and the Botox, and we're all extra strength Boston strong on A-Rod steroids, and it's rocket science. Roger Clemens, remember him? He used to be a Red Sox, then a Yankee, then an Astro, then a something else again. Where are you today, Roger? And where's LeBron and Beyonce and Adele, 21, 25? It's all happening. It's all coming around. I hear the song inside my head. How about you? We shall overcome. Kumbaya and Kundalini and kosher karma. We all in the juju. I'm taking a deep breath. You wonder how this happened to be the way it is, that we just keep digging ourselves deeper. KXL was a pipe dream. It was never going to happen. In retrospect, once we got the shale gas fracked, and all that oil led to the oil glut. Here we are in the oil glut, but it's going back up. Maybe not this year though, maybe not next year, maybe not in time to save Trans-Canada. And maybe Justin Trudeau gonna shut down the tar sands, leave it in the ground. Remember Bill McKibben, 2 degrees, 565 gigatons, 2,800 gigatons in reserve. We got 1,000 to get to 2 degrees centigrade. Do the numbers, do the physics, do the thermodynamics, do the entropy. Us 36, we're singing the eulogies here at Hamlin for the Holocene. Because the Holocene is over, boys and girls. Whatever happens from here on out. We're already in the Hansen transit, transition, transgendered. In our herbal administration, it's going to be different, and we're going to fight the Abe Lincoln Brigade good fight. It's a civil war. Gaza is Guernica, and we're all eyeless. Like Talib. Yesterday, the Bronco, personal roughness, he poked him in the eyeball. Wow, that was harsh to watch that happen. He poked him right through his helmet. Right in the eyeball. And the Broncos, and the white Bronco, although Talib wasn't a white Bronco. Only OJ was in the white Bronco. Remember OJ. And white justice. OJ was the contradiction koan of white justice. He was found celebrity innocent. And then he was caught on film leaving Las Vegas, and he's in jail still. Good for the dude. The murderer of Nicole and Ron Goldman. They went after him good, but still, after all that, he wound up with enough money to hire a big lawyer, still yet again, to defend him against stealing his own memorabilia with a gun. It was a gun crime at a sports show. You can't make this shite up. It's all shinola. It's all 47% legal rape with Mitt the Shite. And Tom Aiken, remember Tom Aiken in Missouri? He lost. And the president of the University of Missouri resigned today. Another victory for fairness. What did he say at the end? Yeah, he made some kind of Franco Diane kind of forgive them. I forgive them. Mistakes are being made as we speak. Mistakes are being made. And we're all made men, and it's Cosa Nostra, and it's Negro Damus and Nostradamus. And you could predict with 2020 hypo hindsight that by the time Woodstock comes around for its 50th anniversary, and I'm there with the virtual Joe Cocker, and Taj Mahal, and Joan Baez, and Grace Slick, and her child, who I met with the press pass I had, and the band singing The Weight. Boy, that was an amazing moment on Rainbow and Clear Light. Rainbow gathered right there in the press box, listening to the band do The Weight. I pulled into Nazareth 10 years ago on a cold, dark night. There was someone killed 'neath the town hall light. There were few at the scene, and they all did agree that man who ran looked a lot like me. And I remember when Peter Townsend smashed up that guitar. I got a piece of that guitar because I was right underneath there where the press passes were, because we had press passes. My friend Andy Pratt, got us them passes. Thank you, Andy. We'll go to the 20th reunion of Woodstock together, or at least we said we would, if we're both alive. As Steve McBurnett, your roommate and my best friend for a time. He won't be. He isn't. Along with Paul Grobstein and Paula Hyman and all the other Harvard and Radcliffe 50th reunion who ain't gonna make it to the 50th reunion. They're dropping like flies, and maybe I will too. By 2018, when the class of 68, that fateful year, 1968, when MLK and RFK both took it for the home team, took it from the CIA, took it from the powers that be and the powers that much later on gave us all Building 7 and WMDs. But never mind them conspiracies and the 9/11 Commission omissions and distortions. You'd never know the truth by listening to the urban legends. But never mind, what does it all matter about the feng shui? Us 36, we get it, and we got your back, boys and girls. We got your back, comadres and compadres. Join us. Kumbaya. We shall overcome. We're going to flip the script. We're going to turn this thing around in our herbal administration. The counter future awaits us virtually open. In the roar, Tor, open sourced counter future, that's revelatory orgasmic reality, tantric orgasmic reality, enlightenment is open source, is putative, is allegational, is virtual, is virtuosity, is a vagina monologue, but never mind. Never mind, never again. But never say never again, because it's not happening all over again. It's not happening. I'm not here.